So I am going to be demoing a GS, or 1250 GS. So the dealership is out here letting people demo the bike, which is kind of cool. I'm going to take it for a quick spin. I don't have much gear on except for my helmet, so I'm going to definitely take it easy. But there's a little easy skills course in the grass that I might check out. I've never taken a GS off-road. I rode one, like, basically on road, on asphalt for 5 minutes, and that was about it. So this will be interesting. The pegs are pretty comfortable. I'm wearing tennis shoes, which, as you know, with tennis shoes, you can definitely feel a lot more. So that's kind of a big thing I noticed immediately, is that the pegs are comfortable and wide. I don't know if the traction control is on. I actually don't know how to turn it off, unfortunately. But I think I'll be fine. The throttle is, it's not jerky. There's no... It's weird. It might be in a different mode, because I think the one I rode was in dynamic mode. And every time I would let go of the throttle, it would kind of jerk, because it is a shaft drive, so it's, you know, it's very direct. And when you're used to a chain drive, it's not quite so immediate. It's a little smoother. So it's pretty bumpy. This one has the manually adjusted suspension. It doesn't have the automatic suspension. With the supply chain issues, they actually couldn't get them. So they just got whatever they got. Yeah, the traction control is on, so not sure how to turn that off, but I don't think it's gonna stop me from getting anywhere here on this grassy trail, at least. Clutch is really smooth. It's a hydraulic clutch, I think, just like my VStrom. So 2-finger clutch is absolutely not a problem. And it's true when they say that the balance on the Boxer engine is good. It is good, because it... Actually, I can't go here. There's a big ditch here. I'll have to turn around. But it's quite easy to stand at low speeds and not have to put a foot down. Yeah, the traction control won't let me lose my rear end. Probably a good thing with the demo bike. I'd rather not fall. Go through these trees. Let's try sitting. Not put my feet down. Yep, it is a unique experience. By the way, these are not knobby tires or anything like that. These are the standard tires that they put on the GS. So, but this is a real easy track. There's no mud or anything. I'm just modulating the rear brake to keep my bike up around these really slow curves.
How do you get over the intro?
Just keep going.
Just keep driving straight?
You'll get there, yeah. It's a little weird. I told it might be out for 5 minutes. I think it might be more than 5 minutes. But that's okay. Of course, I've never even gotten out of first gear, so it's probably not the best demo to talk about online, but, you know. Hey, if you want to know the impression of a VStrom rider on a GS, definitely good. It's like a very friendly bike. It doesn't scare you. ABS kicked in there. It doesn't intimidate you. It looks big, but it doesn't feel heavy. I mean, it doesn't feel big. It is wide, obviously. You're on a wide motorcycle. Oh, there's the skid plate. You heard it. This one does have I believe it does have a small skid plate on the bottom, but I think guys sometimes beef them up. And it does have crash bars too. That was kind of open throttle. Lock the rear brake. ABS kicks in. He said that this specific trim doesn't have the dynamic mode or whatever mode that disables the rear ABS. So the ABS here cannot be disabled, if I'm not mistaken. Which is fine. My VStrom, the ABS cannot be disabled either, and you just have to learn how to live with that and how to stop the bike regardless. Which means you have to learn how to use your front brake really smoothly, which is a good skill to have when you're off-road, to know where your, threshold is on your front brake. Okay, I think it's a good time to turn around. Can I turn around without stopping or put my foot down? Full lock. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to be as conservative as possible with my remarks because I don't want to be the guy who gets on a 1250 GS and, oh, this is the best thing in the world because they let me ride it for free. No. But it is a good bike. I think there's a GS market out there for a reason, but it's not the only option out there. And it's an expensive bike. I think the sticker price on this is probably mid-20s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it won't let me slip a tire out too much as it is right now. Yep. Little slip on the braking, which is good. I'm able to whip my rear end around a little bit on these turns. Oh, that was a good example of ABS not letting you stop. Gotta use a little bit of that front brake. Also, another thing I noticed about this bike is the seat height is relatively low compared to like my VStrom. I know on paper I might be wrong, but just the way it feels. I have a long inseam, so I can definitely tell when my feet hit the ground before I think they will. And that is how it is on the GS, and that might be the case. I don't remember off the top of my head what the numbers are, but so for those people with shorter inseam, I can see why they would like that confidence-inspiring seat height. I would like to be able to take this on the expert course, but they said it's really muddy right now. I don't have my gear on, and these tires might be a bit of a problem. I obviously don't want to do anything dumb, but it would be nice to put this bike through the paces on that. Okay, let's put my foot down. No, I was doing so good. Maybe I didn't need to, actually. It was more of a natural reaction. The bike probably would have been fine, because I went down there without doing it. Well, that's it. Brap? Sure. You don't need throttle to idle along. It's got so much torque. I've got no hand on the right throttle right now. I'm just modulating the clutch. That's kind of cool. It's good to have that low end torque on technical sections. Actually, the seat height might be a little bit more than I thought now that I'm rolling it back. But it's a lot easier to roll than my VStrom.